Okay, our first exercise is the dead bug, and as Brandon is laying down on the ground with his knees bent, first he's going to make sure his spine's neutral. So he's going to keep that natural space between the mat on the ground and his lower back right in here, okay? He's going to reach his hands straight up to the ceiling. Great, and he's going to just bring his knees up to his hips but not beyond his hips. Just kind of both of them here. So he's got that neutral spine space between the mat and his lower back. He's bracing his core as if he's going to get punched in the stomach. And he's breathing. He's inhaling deeply through his nose and his belly. He's getting long, pursed-lipped exhales. And then we're going to exhibit flawless motor control. So we're just going to go ahead and extend those two out. Perfect. Inhale coming up. Exhale, the other two go out. Very nice. Inhale coming up. Exhale, the other two. Inhale coming up. Exhale, the other two. And relax. The key is keeping your spine neutral, that space between the mat and your lower back. Bracing your core, feeling that interconnecting, that stiffening, that stabilizing. Breathing properly, diaphragmatically, big inhales through your nose and belly, and long, pursed-lipped exhales with flawless, slow, and controlled motor control, keeping that spine neutral and the pelvis neutral. And that exercise is the dead bug. The second exercise that we're going to be doing is a side plank with knees bent. I'm just going to get a belt. See if we can get this on you correctly. Just going to get it tight. And Brandon, this one we're going to do a view facing the camera and away from the camera. So we'll go facing first. And you're just going to bring your knees forward. Okay, so this is our side plank with knees bent. And Brandon, go ahead and drive the meat of the forearm through the ground and drive the right knee through the ground. And then go ahead and come up into the side plank. Push your hips forward. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put your right hand, your left hand on your right shoulder, pull it down towards your hips, and pull your elbow into your sternum. Now, what I want you to do is drive that right knee through the ground, squeeze the right glute, and with this belt, try to kind of open it up or push against your left knee against this part of the belt. You're going to brace your core and you're going to breathe hard. Driving the right forearm through the ground, bracing your core, big inhales through the nose and belly, long pursed-lipped exhales, driving the right knee through the ground and pushing against that left knee against the belt here to get a little bit of glute activation here. And that's our side plank with your knees bent. And disengage. Let's actually just quickly show what that looks like from behind. So we'll face that way real quick. You can please keep that on, because we're going to do the same exercise just for a moment. Okay, go ahead. This is the same exercise, still the side plank with the knees bent. Brandon, whenever you're ready. I just want to show you here that these shoulders are stacked, the scapula is engaged. He's pulling his shoulder down towards his hips. His hips are stacked right on top of each other. He's driving that knee through the ground, this left knee, and he's pushing against his right knee against that belt. And that's just another view of the side plank with knees bent. Relax, and we're going to go right into the fire hydrant exercise. And I'll put this on here. Okay, so it all starts with a good quadruped position. This is our fire hydrant exercise. Brandon's on all fours. Now, what I'd like him to do is, Brandon, just like we were showing you, kind of turn your elbows all the way in to really aggressively get that activation. And boy, I can really feel that. So his elbows are turning all the way in, as if his elbows are going straight back towards his hips. And he's going to pull his shoulders back towards his hips as well. He's going to brace his core here, maybe push out here, and he's actually going to contract his glutes even before he begins. Now the glute is a triplanar muscle, so we're going to get a little bit of extension, we're going to get external rotation, we're going to get abduction, and then we're going to get external rotation. Let's get a little bit of extension. Let's go into abduction. And let's get into external rotation. I'm going to bring this here probably like this. Good. Okay. So the shoulders are down and back. We're trying to keep a good quadruped position here. We're trying to keep this spine nice and neutral. And he's got a little bit of extension, meaning his foot's coming back. Abduction, meaning his knees coming up towards the ceiling. And external rotation, where the knees coming up towards the ceiling and the foot is down. And we want to be right on this glute right here, that left glute. And of course, we would do both sides, and that's our fire hydrant exercise. Relax. We'll just go ahead and take that off, and we'll go into the standing Brugger. So for the standing Brugger, we're going to stand up nice and straight. We're going to reach our fists forward. We're going to point our thumbs in. And what we're going to do is pull through our elbows. We're going to rotate our thumbs out, wrists into the rib cage, elbows in our back pocket. So, Brandon, if you would please turn around. Let's see what that looks like from behind. Up, just face the other way. Good. So, he's squeezing these big shoulder blade muscles in together like he was squeezing a dime between his shoulder blades, and he's just bringing his elbow down towards his hips. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a standard plank with a belt. Let's go ahead and get that belt back on, Brandon. And Brandon, let's open your palms to the ground and spread out your fingers. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff going on here. Please note that the elbows, this is a standard plank, the elbows are directly below his shoulders. He's going to get his hands directly in front of his elbows, kind of gripping the ground. He's going to bring his shoulders down and back. And Brandon, you can kind of think of just like that last exercise, kind of bringing your elbows so they're facing directly back. He's going to tighten up his stomach muscles as if he was going to be, as if he was bracing to be punched in the stomach. He's going to be pushing out here. He's going to squeeze an imaginary cord between his glutes and try to separate this band with his knees. His toes are going to be together. His feet are going to be together, his toes towards knees. Before he goes up in the plank, he's going to lift just his knees up off the ground. And he's going to aggressively start to push this belt apart, squeeze the cord between his glutes, brace his core, shoulders down and back, big inhale through your nose and belly, and push away from the ground. Good. So he's got a very strong scapula right here. These shoulder blades are really, really tight here. He's pushing out here. He's pushing out in the band, and he's squeezing the imaginary cord between his glutes, and he's getting that great breathing. You can relax. Big inhales through his nose and belly, long pursed lipped exhales, and that's our standard plank.